And thank you very much for watching. So today we are going to be doing more of this. Yay! This is an entire series of, hey, how does Amy even put this stuff together? And just going through the entire process. And normally I am in different spaces, but on Fridays I have a Wee Win Weekly. So I am technically hosting that right now, but no one's shown up because I've been very inconsistent lately on even having them. So we are alone in a space, and we are alone in this space, but let's get 54 on the road. And, okay, so 52, we've collapsed 53. Do this, make it 54. So, eventually other people are going to show up in this space. They normally do. It's been a while since I have actually done this. I should probably actually DM this to people. And I will stay here longer than like 30 seconds like I did last time. Yeah, that's weird when you use that. But yeah. I used to be fairly popular, but like I said, it's been like almost a month since I've had a proper one. So we'll give it. Hey, Amy! Amy! How are you?
Goddess, how are you?
I am really good, except today was a really weird day.
Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you what. The past couple of I don't know, like the past 5 months have been so devastatingly up and down. And today I feel like I finally caught my a tremendous huge win. and I'm just like, oh my god, I just feel like I've been working so hard to lead up to just today, the end of September. And I just cannot, I can't even believe it. Yeah. And this whole week has just been really amazing. But I want to hear about what's going on with you, because you said were you? I mean, yeah. Tell me what's going on. What's going on?
Yeah, before we get too far, since nobody was here, I was like, I'm gonna just work on my side project, and when I'm working on my side project, I stream. So we're on YouTube and Twitch right now. So just so you know.
That's totally cool.
So I know I don't have it like a recorded space, but just so we all know what's going on here. So we were supposed to have an all hands meeting at noon today, and I'm always a little bit triggered by the CEO of the company. So I was like, very nice of them to just put a time for me to just be triggered. That's really nice, put that in the schedule. But then they changed the meeting to attendance required, news to be had. And I was like, what? And then some of my coworkers weren't invited, and I was like, I'm definitely getting fired. There's definitely a third round of layoffs, but we weren't laid off, and the company was acquired, and then by a different company. So they were like, congratulations, you're getting an offer letter for the exact same pay that you're getting now. And I've been an anxious mess ever since then because I've been at this current job for 13 months and they freeze my pay for the first year. And I'm assuming that the next job will also freeze it for a year. So now I'm going to go, 26 months plus of not having a raise, which will put me like way out of the salary band of where I should be at my position. So, yeah. Because it's one thing to say, like, you have to wait 3 more months to get your salary adjusted, to say, like, well, now you have to wait another 18 months to get it adjusted. So, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's okay to swear on like Twitch and like other streaming kind of stuff. I don't know. Like, is it okay?
I think as long as it's not too much, I don't know. I'm very small, so no one's going to report me. I get between like 0 and 1 views, so go ahead.
All right, so I'm just going to say, those fuckers.
I know, right? I'm just like, so we're not. First of all, I wasn't aware I was in the job market. Second of all, if I'm going into the job market to get a job offer, it's not for the same exact that I am making now. It's going to be a higher amount. Third of all, it's super weird not to just give everybody, between a 4 and 8% raise just because they're not going to give us a raise for another year. So that's super weird. And like when you go into a new job, it's with the understanding that you're not going to get a raise for another year, so you have your starting salary to, be a little higher to adjust for the fact that it won't. And plus, inflation is normally 2%, but in the last year it was 8%. So I'm actually making way less this year than I was like when I first got hired. So, besides literally everything else, yeah, it kind of sucks, but at least I got my questions before didn't stop them from giving me the offer letter. So there's that. Also, they told us that this is...
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I was going to say, like, yeah, I mean, like, I do agree that it's totally, like, it sucks 1,000% that they're, like, doing that. It does. It totally sucks. It's good that you have a job. I'm sure a lot of people are going to say that, but, like, I mean, it is good to have a job right now, with what's going on in the world. However, I do agree that it's terrible that I'm sure, I don't know if you, like, send out your resume or whatever, like, I don't know. But, yeah, anyway, that's all I got to say.
Yeah, and I also feel like the most spoiled princess in the entire world because I'm like, you're not paying me this much? What's the hell's wrong with you? And it's like, well, no, like, if, like, someone with my experience going to look for a new job is looking for this higher experience, like, now, because I'm not the same programmer I was a year ago. I have more experience now. But I do agree. It's hard as a programmer because we're so spoiled anyway,
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, the work you do is so incredibly valuable, and like, and the I mean, everything really hinges so incredibly on the work of a programmer. I mean, like the user experience hinges on whether or not the code is correct for in software. Whether or not revenue is being brought in properly depends on code. Whether or not really everything that's deployed in a tech company is dependent on whether or not a programmer is doing their job properly. And so truly the success of a company really hinges on whether or not their employees are being treated properly and valued. So really, the company think that they're saving money, they're really doing themselves a serious disservice by not valuing their programmers and their employees more. And you're really correct. And you know what? I hate to say this, Amy, but I really feel that our society is extremely sexist, because I hear of men getting promotions and raises in less than a year. So it really is terrible. That they don't even have to ask. I heard on Twitter Spaces a guy say that he'd been with a company less than a year, and he was already being offered incredible raises and stock options with the company that were worth way more than what he was expecting. He was given a bonus and a raise and stock options, and then he was he had the gall, all right, Amy, he had the gall to then say to his manager, "Oh, I was hoping that the raise would be more. When do you think I'd be eligible to hit this other, this next level?" And the manager was like, "Well, you have to be with the company for at least a year to hit that level of for a raise." But he actually had a complaint, and he'd only been with the company for I think 9 months. I mean, can you believe that?
I think American culture, we do place too much emphasis on that kind of ego, I think might be the word that I'm looking for, but that kind of persona of the ballsy person that is too loud and treats people like shit. Usually. But yeah. What I do know is that if they refuse to give me a raise, basically, at this point, I will accept the offer, but I will be looking for a new job. So, any money is better than no money.
Oh yeah, no, you know what I call it? I call it audacity. Having the audacity, because it's not something that's discouraged in our society. It's something that's celebrated, really, and people are constantly trying to figure out how they can, become that. And yeah, it's incredibly sad. And I don't mean to trigger you in any kind of way. I feel triggered myself just saying it. But what's so funny is that I'm 43, all right, and I have struggled my whole life to figure out how to be seen and heard, and not knocked down or disrespected. And my 5-year-old daughter, like, she has that, like, I don't know where she gets it from. I don't think she gets it from me. I am outspoken, but I get my ass kicked for being outspoken. But my daughter, she has such levels of audacity, and maybe because she's young and cute, like, she gets away with it in many cases. But it's truly amazing to me, and I don't know what it'll turn into when she's an adult. I guess I'm just gonna try to do the best I can to, like, guide her or whatever. I don't know. Maybe she's me. I don't know.
Yeah, this makes sense. I was just like, it's one of those things where it's like you want to stand up for yourself, but you also don't want to be out of a job. And they know that, but it seems like a dumb game to play if they really want me to stay for, longer than 3 months. Like, I have self-respect. Also, speaking of self-respect, I didn't have the heart to tell my very productive and very good coworker that he is making half of what I'm making. Like, almost literally. So I just told him he needed to find a new job. I should probably offer to write him a letter of recommendation. I think that's what we do for each other, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know how that's supposed to go, to be honest. Like, I really don't. I don't know, like, if you're supposed to, I guess. Well, so, all right, he doesn't know that he's making half of what you do, right?
Yeah, well, I told him, I was like, I'm getting paid at the top of my pay band, basically, for RV, for my current company. And he told me his salary, and I was like, nope, I'm not going to, like, he can go look it up if he wants to. I sent him the document, actually. They changed the pay band, so I'm no longer at the very top of the pay band, which is nice, which means if I had, gone through the review cycle in December, that I had room to ask for more. Not enough, though. It's never going to be enough. So, but, any raise is better than no raise. And if it's not enough money, then I can
I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was off mute. No, yeah, you know what, you're right. Like, and, well, it's interesting that he's your male cohort, though, and he's getting paid half as much as you.
Well, he was an intern, and then they offered him the same amount that he got as an intern for his employment. So, yeah. It's really funny, though, because it was $1,000 less than what I got paid for my first developer job, like 6 years ago. So it's just kind of funny that developer salaries follow the same path no matter, like, how long it's been. It's not keeping up with inflation, but it's still, like, amazing.
Yeah, that is pretty astounding, actually. Well, so what's the next step? Do you think, are you going to just, just continue on as you have been, or, like, are you going to be seeking another kind of opportunity, or what do you think?
Okay, real 4D chess plan. Since this is my last day of employment at my current job, no matter what, is until next Friday, which means I no longer work there, basically. And then I will definitely be, I have a deadline until Wednesday to accept the offer. So I'm going to be, in the short term, requesting a meeting with this person that sent me the offer letter and be like, just so you know, like, this is what's happening, and this is, what this is why I'm questioning this. And I need, to just have a conversation, because they want me to start on October 8th, which is a Saturday, but like, you know how that is. And I was like, I'm gonna ask if I can start on October 31st. But game plan, like the super game plan is, I want to finish the Solidity Developer course next week. It's a 32-hour course. I made it 3 hours into it, but if I have 8-hour days and I don't have actual work, we can get through it. And then I'm going to apply for Web3 developer advocate roles. And I have my second job, which I haven't actually been working at because he's paying me in equity only, and it's been a year, and I have a full-time project that is actually paying me money and is actually making money. So, but I'm still on good terms with it. Like, we're still friends, and I'm still rooting for him. And he offered today to, introduce me to some people and try to get jobs that way. So I don't, because when you go to interview, it's like a full-time job. And like with my project the way I have it now, I don't have time to prepare for another job. But if these people are going to be jerk about it, I'll just do it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, I think that that things could turn around for you, and you're on the right track, and you're in a really great place, compared to the other guy you're working with, and I'll tell you what, Amy, like, our economy really, I think that it is like going in an upturn now. Like, people are feeling a little bit more positive about spending and seeing the value in investing in in people and products and services, and and seeing the value in all of that once more. And so I think that you're really positioned for for greater success. And also, what you're doing with the banned books and the VR gallery, I mean, really, the work you're doing is it's like so new and authentic and original. I really don't know anyone else who's doing this stuff. And I feel like great things are coming, for you. And I'm really, I'm kind of excited to see where things are going to go for you,
You've always been my favorite, Amy, but yeah, so that's why I don't want to be looking for a job right away, because like it distracts from everything else. So if I stay until December, it's not a huge deal, and then start looking for the job in the new year when I say, hey, I'm going to be doing the banned books stuff quarterly anyway. That way it's not as intense, and I can, look for a new job. But yeah, like you said, like I just want, how do I put this? I want to be doing banned books art full time. That's my goal. And if I'm looking for another job and I have to like actually put in a lot of effort and everything like that, it distracts from this goal. So we'll see how the meeting goes with that person, because I have to at least try. Like, now I've raised it a few times. And if I accept it, I accept it. But, you know, I am in a more privileged position. The getting my day job's money is helping me financially to, like, have the courage to be able to do my side project and just like be able to do it at all. I don't know where I was going with that, but you make a good point in that. Oh, gosh, you didn't make the point, but I really want to create a training course on how to build like your own miniverse. And I think next week when I am doing the training and I get bored from the training, that is a perfect time for me to be recording it and putting it out there in the world, because I was going to do that anyways, and I think doing that with both Vue and React will be, good for me, and I think there's enough curiosity for it that I can do that and then offer like consulting and stuff for that.
That's a really great idea, actually. Um, yeah. I was just wondering, do you know of any good, like, no-code kind of solutions for doing things in VR, or does that exist? I mean, I know that's probably very insulting to me, even asking a coder if that even exists, right? And that's not my intent. I definitely don't want to be insulting you, but I've just kind of been curious. I mean, not for my sake, because my plate is full, but if any other people are looking to get into VR space and they're not technical.
So I tell most people, well, at least, well, because for me and my use case, like, I'm doing an art gallery. So if you're doing an art gallery, you can at least do a spatial, SPATIAL. And that gallery, if you use one of their, like, they have preset worlds, and you can also buy, worlds. And like, they're fine for what they do. It's just that my use case and what I wanted to do with it was different. And so I had to and plus, like, at the time, what I wanted to do with it wasn't fit for what Spatial had. And they've made some improvements since then, but it's still like not great for what I've wound up doing. It's also good to have like you can have the Spatial, but it's also good to have it on your own website, and you can brand it and stuff like that. Like, if you want to, it's not really a no code, but I use Tinkercad. It's like Blender Lite, like so much easier than Blender to use if you're doing simple things, which I mostly am. And like, nobody has complained at me that like, oh, your things don't look real enough or anything like that. Like, everyone's just like, wow, like this is very fantastical, and we can see our images in like a world that is being displayed like nobody else is displaying it. So like, I don't know, it's yeah. Did I even answer your question? I think I rambled for a really long time.
Oh no, I mean, yeah, it did make sense to me, and I, I think that I think that if anybody were to ask me about that, I will just say, yeah, Amy shared with me some really great, ideas on this, and then I might just, direct them to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay, because it's like,
I'm just telling the truth.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, you can't use Blender. Well, you can use like Sketchfab and like buy a 3D model and plop it into my environment. And you don't need to know Blender for that. It's literally just coordinates. So there's that. So I have a lot of plans for someone that got shocking news today. I sure do have a lot of plans for how I'm going to be spending my next 3 weeks. Hopefully they'll agree to increase my salary, at least for cost of living adjustments, and then not starting work until October 31st. So I don't even mind.
Well, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks of fun employed, but I need time to clean. And I always say that, and it takes me 10 hours to clean my hydroponic system. But, I took the 10 hours to clean the hydroponic system, so now next time I can actually clean. So, Kevin, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? What should I talk about? What are you two talking about?
I guess we can just start with what's your win for the week, Kevin?
That's a good question. What did I do last weekend?
It's not where that's supposed to go.
At work, I wrote some code, and it turned out pretty okay. So that was a good win. I got some changes into the website that I'm excited about.
That's really cool. You did have a new version, so it was really busy last week, right?
Yeah, so iOS 16 came out, and there's a new version of the Tips app, and then I'm building a website. I'm part of a team that builds a website that puts tips into the Tips app. So that website is always adding new features and things behind the scenes. Other than that, I'm hosting a space next Monday night. I host a space every once in a while, maybe once a month or once every other month. So that'll be a win.
Yeah, it's 10 p.m. Eastern time though, right?
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's fine. I've committed on Mondays to being in a space that starts at 11 p.m. Eastern time, so I will try to remember to come at the beginning. It's just I'm not on this account that much anymore. I am being really obsessive about the Banned Books Art project, and I just hit over 2,000 subscribers on there in 4 months, so it's been pretty cool. Did you know that they have rankings for Twitter Space hosts?
Did I know that?
Yeah, did you know that they ranked speakers and hosts on a website for the NFT community?
I have no idea.
Well,
so are you
really
going to be a super? Are you going to be a super host, or are you going to get to get super follows or something?
I think I need to just actually sign into the site, because I think I can get tokens for whatever they're doing. But I am ranked number 76 out of 8,000 NFT speakers. So I always want to brag about this, but there's nothing to brag about. It's not official. I don't get a prize. I think it's just one of those things, and they have their own algorithm of speaking to listening ratios and all of this stuff. It basically just means I spend too much time in NFT spaces. I'm pretty sure that's the only conclusion we can come that is concrete from all of this.
What website did you use to see some of these rankings?
Which reminds me that since nobody showed up at the beginning, I turned on my streaming. So this is on YouTube and Twitch right now. So hopefully you don't mind. But it's nfttalk.space. So yeah.
Cool, I'll check that out.
Yeah, well, it's dumb. Like I don't need a tool to tell me that I spend too much time in spaces. I have self-awareness.
But maybe if you were just getting into it, if you were someone who was just getting into it, you'd be curious who hosts the most spaces, so you could follow them and get into a lot of spaces quickly.
So it's actually really good for discoverability into NFT spaces. I use it for that. Like, I just go and they have whatever is there, and I've gone into some new spaces because of that, because, I'm curious about these people. But it is really cool to see, like, oh, as the number 76 ranked person in spaces, I am collaborating actively with the number 20 person, and I just got the number 4 person in NFT spaces to show their work in my gallery. So we are gaining reputation points.
Fantastic, Amy. I'm so excited for you. And listen, you know what? Like, be proud of all of these accomplishments. I mean, that is super amazing. And, I mean, I don't know if it's like you trying to be humble or, whatever, and like downplaying it, and saying it's stupid, but, and, I hope you don't mind me giving, like, is it okay if I give you a little bit of unsolicited advice in that?
Sure. Go ahead.
Don't do that. Don't downplay these things. I mean, it is more than okay to be. Doesn't mean that you're having this big boisterous ego and you're like being a big, jerk about it. Like, it is really absolutely okay to be smiling ear to ear and, excited and happy and proud of it, because you can, like, it's very inspiring to other people, that you've been able to, like, be working full-time and also starting this, startup, project and being very successful at it. I think it's hard. It is. It's so incredibly hard. And I feel like I've had my moments of, like, crying and feeling like I just want to give up and, I'm done with this. I've had enough. I'm so fucking tired. And today, like, I feel like I finally, everything has been leading up to, some of the things that I've been able to accomplish today. This week I was invited to, I'm invited to speak at it's crazy. Like, it's this crypto dinner, like, it's called Crypto Dinner Club in Las Vegas. And like, I was invited to speak at this thing. They're paying for my flight and my hotel, and like, and then also I'm going to be hosting 2 events at New York Tech Week in a couple of weeks, and I was invited to this investor dinner, and today, like, it's so, like, this entire, I was working, trying to close deals. Okay, I'll get it for you in a minute. I was trying to close deals for like a month with clients, and then finally I got 3 contracts closed, and and I like onboarded three new clients today, and it was just like, oh my god, thank you, goddess, you know. And it just all came together today. Okay, my tree.
Oh, okay. So I know you just got
laptop or whatever. She calls it the language. I don't know why.
I didn't even know that you were into crypto. I don't know why it never came up in discussions, but I was very surprised to see you in that other space, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, Amy is here. She's getting corrupted. What's going on?"
You know what? I'll tell you. I got into crypto in 2017. I had no idea what I was doing. I bought I put in, I don't know, I think I put in like $400 into ETH, and that was it. And I just had my daughter. Me and my friend, we were both like single moms, and all these other people were investing in stocks, and we really didn't know anything about stocks, and we didn't know anything about crypto. And some developer friend of mine was like, oh, hey, you should really, put money into Ethereum. And I'm like, what's that? I have no idea. Like, what are you talking about? And so, my friend and I, we said, like, he was like, yeah, like, this is a really, really great time to put, any amount of money. So if you can put like $100, $200, and so we, just each we put in like $400 each into Ethereum, and I decided that I would have it as being, a savings for my daughter, and that's just what I've done with it. And it's actually come in really handy right now, because of like the downturn that we've had with the economy, but also because like my daughter needs like just way more education expenses, because she was recently diagnosed with autism, and like a lot of the behaviors that go with like a lot of that, the public schools out here are really terrible, and don't accommodate children with like any kind of special requirements or needs, or like that have any kind of behavior things going on. And so I'm like homeschooling her, and I have to like basically pay for some kind of online education stuff, and then also for like a few other like for any kind of childcare or whatever right now, long to work. So it's been, I said that I was gonna wait until like she was going into college to tap into that savings, but I've just had to like use it now. So that's the story about crypto with me.
Well, I mean, that's super interesting. I seriously considered buying into Bitcoin when it was only $12, and I was going to do it, but I didn't know how to get my money back out, and I was like, if you can't figure out how to get it back out, there's no reason putting money in. And it was really, really hard back then. Like, if you thought it was difficult now, which I do, I still think it's too much now, like with all the wallets and stuff, but it was like very much like you needed encrypted hard drive bullshit. So I was also a grad school student, so I just didn't have the money. So I just never did. And then look at me now, still poor. But it is this month a year since I got into crypto, and I'm pretty sure I have half of what I put in, but I'm just holding on to it because may as well. It's gonna dip really hard, and then it's gonna come back, and it's like any other investment. So, hey Pixie, how are you?
I'm currently driving, so I'm just listening in. So, yeah, I'll be back when I get home safely.
Yeah, well, please drive safe. I had the craziest day at work. Amy already heard about it. But, like, yeah, they were like, congratulations, you just got acquired. And we're going to give you an offer letter that's literally just the same exact terms as what you're doing, as what you're employed at now. Except it just resets you getting a raise from 3 months from now to at least 12 months from now.
I'd be like, no, thank you. I'm not signing any new terms without a raise because obviously I'm valuable.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm not the same programmer I was 13 months ago. So I need to put together a list of my accomplishments and be like, here's what I've done since I've started working at this company, and since we're literally doing the same project and I am more valuable. Like,
yeah, you want more money. And don't just ask for $1. Ask for like 6 and then take half.
Yeah, it needs to, I'm going to be asking for like 10% raise, and they'll probably give me like nothing. Like, take it or be homeless.
So, you always double the offer that you're willing to take. That way, when they cut you down, you can be like, oh, I guess I'll take that.
Yeah.
And that'll be your exact offer.
Yeah, like, this is just a really weird situation, because normally when you are about to get an offer, like, well, first of all, you are aware that you need a new position. Second of all, like, you have a price range that you have in your head and you only go after those jobs. And, like, by the time it gets to the offer letter stage, you have a good idea of what they're going to be offering for you. I had none of these things. Like, my rates now are just not the same rates as they were a year ago. So,
Right, your value went up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I mean, from this time last year, I've built an entire website that was sold for $6,000, and I built Bandbooks Art, which is bringing in $200 to $300 a month. So, on my own. So
value. Have somebody that's real. I think my friend Jonide, I think he could probably help you put together a pretty good resume.
it's like the universal truth that no matter what you do with your resume, someone is going to hate it. Or like the next person that reads it's going to really hate it.
Yeah.
Especially if it's their job to tell you how much they hate it, I think.
I think you should get as many people as you can to review your resume and give you feedback. And I also think you should, whatever you think is a reasonable amount to get paid, you should ask for double that.
Literally, I should just go to venture capitalist and be like, look, this is where I just want to pitch Bandbooks Art or Glot Squad and be like, I've been doing this on my own for like 2 months, and then I have 4 months of runway, so if you can just please give me money and I can pay myself again, that would be really great. Honestly, like, I'm only a few months away from, like, I really do believe in Bandbooks Art, even though it doesn't really have like a defined business plan or like benefits or like a defined audience. But it is a really cool project, and once I get the word out there, I think that it will sort itself out. So it's like, hold on, world, can we not just like be still for like 2 or 3 months and let me get my shit together? Sorry, that was a little bit of a ramble, but like, I wish. Why does real life get in the way of side projects?
Right. I think you're doing great, Amy, and you're the creating art on these stupid apps and thinking about art. And I'm like, I'm going to sign up I'm going to make my first crypto wallet and get everything together because of you. Crazy. It's crazy.
I know, Travis was like, you should do it, and you're like, I should do it, and I'm gonna blame Amy.
I'm not blaming you. It's just gonna, I'm a very, I'm like a cat. Once I get onto like chasing something, I just keep chasing it till something else catches my eye.
I think it's gonna be, like, I think that the NFT world is gonna treat you very nicely. Because there's different marketplaces, but it's like, okay, so I just think that no matter, like, having more streams of revenue is only going to help you, Pixie, and that, you know, being able to attach like the NFTs to your podcast or like put snippets of your of your podcast like in your NFTs is going to be so cool. I am curious. I thought it was ironic yesterday when I was like, hey, this is the voice-to-image.com. And then you were like, hey, I'm going to do this entire podcast about voice to AI generation. And I was like, someone knows what's going on.
Right? Okay, for those of you guys that don't know, a company that has built an AI generator based upon voice reached out to my secondary account and said, you know, I heard your Twitter space. I love what you're doing. Would you be a beta tester for our new website? And I was like, oh my goodness, would you come onto a Twitter space and fucking talk about it? I said yes, but I still want to talk about it and talk to these guys. I want to know more because, I mean, Amy, we talk all the time. This is audio, and if we can make it into art, even fucking better.
Yeah, and it still makes me a little angry at my second job. So, and this is on Twitch and YouTube right now. Sorry, so maybe I shouldn't say too much, but I think I've said it to his face where I was just like, and you're sure you don't want to put any way to monetize on this page at all so that you can pay, like, get people to pay you, and then I can just get hired at your job and you pay me money so that I can survive and do things I want for a living?
Yep.
Very selfish reasons. Ed, how are you?
I like to eat. Amy, that is not a selfish reason. I like to eat. Pay me money so I could live. It doesn't even have to be an absorbent amount, just enough that I could live. It would be nice to buy 2-ply toilet paper every now and then, you know?
Yeah, like, at this point, I've been working for them for a year on equity only, and, like, when my day job does bullshit like it did today, I would really just like my second job to be making revenue, and, you know, for it not to be my second job, but, like, my only job, and then I can continue doing Banned Books art, and, you know, being able to continue to do my projects on my own time and not have to go into debt and into the struggle bus. Like, that's the dream. So, sorry, yeah, Pixie.
I was gonna say, I've got 10 pieces of art that you have not seen since I last talked to you. That I absolutely love, and it's ridiculous because I don't know what I'm doing.
But this also means that you should introduce that other company that they want you to be the beta tester and tell them about my AI Artathon space, and maybe they can sponsor my space.
I want you to be in the space this weekend. On Wednesday when I host it, so you can ask intelligent questions and be ridiculous for me because I don't know technology and stuff.
Yeah, I also told Aaron about it, and I was just like, hey, like, you're not going to be first to market for long because they're already also beta testing it, so there's that. But, Ed, how are you? What's your win for the week?
Hey folks, no particular win, just same stuff, different day kind of a situation. This is very busy. This is very busy with like, startups and all that, so no real win.
I wish this week was same shit, different day for me. It's, yeah. So, yeah, Ed, I actually got my offer letter.
Does it look good?
I mean, I got as far as it says that it's literally the same amount as what I'm getting paid now.
And what state are they operating out of? Or what state do you operate out of?
Washington, D.C.
I would look into kind of like the laws that surround that because, maybe you can, say like, hey, you can't not increase my pay just based on certain laws, because I think in California there are specific laws that kind of say like, hey, you can't have someone working for $12 an hour for 22 years straight or something like that. But maybe that's something to look into. But, like they sound like sensible people, and I'm sure if you ask, they'll politely say no. But it doesn't hurt to ask, especially given that you have a unique situation. Seems like.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, usually by the time you get to the offer letter stage, you're like aware that you're looking for a job. So, there's always that. Honestly, it's yeah, it's a little insulting.
Oh no, for sure. I mean, insulting is the right word, right? And your reaction, I think, is completely justified, and it's okay. But yeah, it's like I think that whatever you have right now, you got to feel out there who they are and what kind of people they are, and maybe you can broach the subject again in a week or two, maybe even a month. But yeah, it's tough. I mean, like it's expensive nowadays. It's really expensive nowadays. So last year is definitely different from this year in terms of cost, just in cost alone. So and I think that they'll be silly not to acknowledge that.
Yeah, and yeah, so I'm going to request a meeting with the person that sent me the offer letter. I'm not even sure if that's the right person to be asking, but I need to discuss the terms because I need at least a cost of living adjustment to my salary before we can go on, because I'm not going to be at my current salary for another 12 months after this.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that is going to come up, not just probably by you. I don't know how big your company is, but I'm sure that, other people are thinking the exact same thing, where it's like, hey, man, like, I've been there for 6 months. What do you mean I got to wait another year? I was promised that I was going to get a raise a year of staying here. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to, again, I don't know what kind of company it is. It's like, I'm going to assume that they're not idiots. So I think they'll understand.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where I don't like to write things down. and now I'm going to be very like pissed that I have to spend this weekend like trying to figure out what I've even done at my day job besides not get fired.
Always good, not get fired.
Yeah, I mean, I've been basically at my day job just so that I would, be able to pay my rent, and most of my big accomplishments have been in my free time, honestly, as a developer in the last year.
So what's going on with your second one, your second day job? Like, I think we spoke last month or 2 months ago, where it's like there's supposed to be some changes. What's going on with that?
So, they just launched a product this week. It's called Voice to Image, and they have absolutely no way to make it revenue right now, and he doesn't want to put any on there. And he also has a soft launch of text to image, which is almost the same thing, and he also doesn't have a way to make money off of it. But I'm supposed to be marketing and helping him market, but they're not ready to market anything yet. So, yeah. I told him, I was like, he agreed that if I'm marketing it, I can use an affiliate link, and hopefully that will start getting me actual cash, and then I will start caring more and like working more with them. So I'm still not actually spending 5 hours a week on them, because I have banned books art, and it's actually bringing in money, and it takes a long time to do, and it's mine. So, yeah.
So, I guess you're going to wait it out until 2023. That's what I'm hearing, right?
Yes, pretty much everything's on hold, except for banned books art, until 2023. I am going to try to get my training course out the door this next week. That is the how to make your own mini-verse on your website. It's what I do with banned books art, but it's going to be like a coding training, and I'm going to sell it. And that way, hopefully people on Udemy or wherever, I'll get some side income from that.
God, oh, you're going to post it on Udemy, not like Gumroad or something.
I mean, is there anything stopping me from doing it on Gumroad and Udemy?
Oh, I don't know. Some places, they don't want you selling the same product in two different places. I mean, I don't know if there's anything that limits Gumroad, or I should say, it limits you on Gumroad to sell it anywhere else. But I think there would be, right? But yeah, I guess you could. I've been meaning to look into Gumroad and Udemy, but I don't have anything to post there or sell. So, but I maybe you could. Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, because I've used Gumroad, but it's for the free booklet that nobody's ever downloaded or read. So, who knows if that is... I mean, I guess it's something I would have to market. But you have to market anything you want to, sell, really.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. But how's everything else? I know it's kind of a bummer with like the daytime full-time job being stressful as it is, and second side hustle job, and the only joy you're kind of having right now is with banned books art, and if you're not able to focus on that. But how's everything else? How's the plants? The hydroponics?
They're all dead.
What?
Everything but the aloe plant, which I'm not even sure that's not dead. I'm pretty sure I even managed to kill the what is it even called? It's the one that smells the vapor rub plant. It's like a cactus.
Eucalyptus?
No, but it was like everything's like a $5 plant, so I can just replace it. It's just the fact that I have been anxious and did not have the time, and now my house is a mess, and I just need to clean everything up before I start anything over again. So, like, literally, my house is gross and it needs to be cleaned up, and then we can start like round whatever. But, like, yeah, at least it's not getting worse. It took me 10 hours, it took me like 2 whole days. Like, my aunt died and I took bereavement, even though like I didn't really know my aunt because she got divorced from my uncle, but I know my cousins and I like my cousins, so I went down to her funeral and I just took the extra bereavement because I was entitled to it, and I was like, I'm gonna clean my condo in honor of my aunt. And then I just spent like 2 whole days cleaning my hydroponic system. Like, it literally took 2 days to do it, but it got done. So at least now I have not actively growing algae in my house.
Great, no algae. That sounds like a win. Awesome. All right.
I was in Jen's space on Tuesday, and I had my docking station broke this on Monday, and so I had to go downstairs, but I mistimed when I got up from my desk, so I was like, well, if I'm up, I may as well clean around my house. So I actually swept my bathroom, so my bathroom is no longer crunchy from stray cat litter, and it's just so nice to be able to go to the bathroom and not be like crunch, crunch, crunch. So yeah, it's gotten a little ridiculous, Ed, and that's why I'm going to be asking for 2 weeks of just like, I'm not employed by you, and I just need to get a bunch of shit done in my house, and then I can be in a clean house, and we can continue this employment death march.
Sounds like a plan. It's kind of like a similar thing that I do. It's like doing dishes, for example. It's terrible, but once I kind of get the kitchen and dishes done, and I'll do the kitchen, and like I'll feel better, and I feel like, okay, I can tackle the world again. But yeah, I'd like do it. It's a great exercise. It's like just do it.
So I don't like doing dishes. I don't like my hands I don't like my hands getting wet unless like I'm washing them from going to the bathroom or I'm like literally in a shower. So I actually have paperware that I used to before the pandemic. I would just use paperware and like the corn plastic utensils. That way it would actually disintegrate eventually. But like, I am gross, like my house is gross enough without having like food staying in the sink for days is what, like, I'm good about throwing things in the trash. Like, I can throw things in the trash, I can take the trash out. It's not a big deal. But like, I do not have the time or the energy to wash dishes. But then with the pandemic, I was like, if you do your own dishes, you don't have to go out and do the trash or put on masks as often. So that's why I wound up doing my own dishes again, which sucks because I only do it like twice a week and it's gross.
Do you have a dishwasher?
So none of my dishes are dishwasher safe. So it's basically a fancy drying rack.
Yeah, I feel like me too. It's like I almost never run the dishwasher. It's like why? Just to make a little bit of a racket. I'm like, it's weird. No, but hey, a few steps at a time, so it's all good. One step at a time, one dish at a time.
Yeah, just so you know, I have an excuse for everything. Literally all the things. We can make excuses for them. If I don't want to do it, there's an excuse. But yeah, like cleaning, I think I'm allergic to something. Like literally allergic, because like every time I clean, I feel like shit. And I have tried, like, even before the pandemic, a nurse was like, oh, the reason why you feel like there's needles in your eyes is because of allergies, and you should get some of like the saline tears, and also you should wear a mask whenever you're cleaning. So like I got masks before COVID happened, but they had like cat faces on them because I thought I was just going to wear them at home. But then I had stupid cat face masks, and I was like, well, I'm not spending more money on masks, so then it's fine. But yeah, it doesn't help, is what I'm saying.
That's funny. It's like, man, like I drew cat faces all over my mask. That's funny. That's pretty funny.
Well, I was even like, because Australia was on fire in 2019, I was like, hey, should I get like the fancy masks with the filter in them? And I was like, Amy, stop being paranoid. You do not need that. And then like 2020 happened. I was like, haha, who is paranoid now? Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to say during that meeting or put it in an email. Oh, and Ed is gone. Benita, I don't know if you can talk, but I could use some cheese updates, honestly. Otherwise, Pixie and I are going to go back to talking about AI stuff.
You sound terrible. Like you sound kind of muffled. I'm still driving home, so it's going to be another 10 minutes before I even get home.
Okay. Well, you're the only person in the room.
You sound like you're in a tin can.
No! Is this better?
No.
Oh, no. Okay. Do I have to come back? I'm going to put you as co-host. And I'm going to come back.
Close out the app, but don't close the room.
Okay. Doing that. See you in a minute. Are you okay?
I still have this stupid lingering cough that I just can't get rid of. It's just there.
It just made a home for itself?
I think I might go and spend like the $20 and buy the Mucinex, the really good shit, you know?
Mm-hmm. Be careful with that, though.
Amy,
yeah.
I feel you on the dishes. I feel like I'm allergic to work too, so I feel you. Like, no, I'll make the dogs clean the plates before I wash them.
Yeah.
Like, here, dogs, you can take care of this.
Yeah, your dogs can definitely take care of it.
Cats, so it doesn't work.
The only, there's only like 2 things my cats will eat that is human food, and I forgot that one of them was sushi. So Megway like gave me the stink eye, and I was like, if you wanted some, you should have come over when it was still in the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. My dogs will try to eat everything and anything. They think they are people, so totally, dude. It sucks about your projects. I love the fact that your band books is making money and that your side hustles are doing well, because everybody else seems like they're subpar.
Yeah, it's not like I mind. I mean, it's like I do mind, but I also don't mind, if that makes sense. Like,
right, because it, like, the art is fun, the making of the web pages and doing like things, it's fun, but not like the other stuff is not fun.
Yeah,
I get it. I fucking get it. Dude, I was a podcaster for 2 years, didn't make any money. I love fucking podcasting. and my voice has changed. Like, I don't know what's going on. I was listening, because I did the webpage that you posted for the art. I was listening to myself. I was like, I don't sound like that, do I? And
oh my gosh.
I recorded myself.
It does that to me too.
and it was different. It was wild.
No,
Hey, there's Pollyanna from Buried Pleasures.
already sent the invite. Hey, hi Pollyanna.
Hi.
Lovely.
I have 2 seconds to be on here, and I haven't seen or heard of you guys for a long time, so I just want to say hi.
Hi.
I'm about to do a show with 69 Whiskey, so
Yeah.
yeah. Yes, so I hope you ladies are having a lovely evening. And Pixie, let's talk soon, and Amy, hope you have a great show, okay?
Thank you. Thank you for
All right,
stopping
bye,
by.
guys.
Bye. That's
Amy,
lovely.
you know what you should do? You should do some collaboration with. I've got a couple of NFT podcasts and stuff. You should do some collaboration with them.
See, I don't mind doing that. Like, just being on people's podcasts and talking about my side projects. We can do that. Every time someone's like, you know what you should do, I cringe. I'm just like, what other on all of my plate of things to do you want me to do? Do you want me to...
I like the fact that you're building an NFT room for people to come and talk, because then you can control the room and nobody can kick you out as a host.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I just... Pixie, why can't I just have a job that's normal? And like my job like a normal person.
Job.
Yeah.
My normal job sucks balls, okay? I don't want to have this stupid job, but it gives me a lot of time to think.
Yeah.
Most of the time I'm just driving around fucking thinking. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I just want to create podcasts and have people pay me for podcasting.
Yes, and you will get there. And yeah.
And I want you to make money on your NFTs and host art galleries and schmooze wealthy people and just have these elaborate wild parties where you can just sleep all day and wake up halfway through the middle of the day and go, "It is time, my dear. We must fetch my bolo." You know?
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, I was gonna tell you, be careful with the Mucinex. When you take it, make sure you drink a lot of water. Because I took it once and I temporarily went blind and it was very disconcerting. And then I went to the eye doctor and he's like, "Oh yeah, Mucinex does blur your vision." And I was like, it's literally not listed as a thing that happens.
Weird. So you're just saying drink a lot of water while you take it? I gotta make sure I have enough money to buy something, so I might have to buy the knockoff brand, which isn't as good.
See, yeah, this is why I hate complaining about my day job, because, like, you're like, I can't afford to buy name brand Mucinex, and I'm just like, how dare they pay me under $200K a year? Do they think I'm a peasant? And that's a slight exaggeration.
Ask for more money. Just whatever number you're thinking, just double it and see what. Fuck them. Just see what they fucking say. You know, it's not gonna hurt you for you to double it. It's not gonna hurt you. They're already not giving you anything extra. So no matter what extra you get, double it. Fuck it. Just no. These are my terms. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm not doing. You're going to increase my wage just so I can live like a normal person, not a peasant. Just tell them straight up. Be like, you wouldn't accept an offer like that, would you? And if you see them shudder or say no, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Lean into it.
Yeah, it's literally just the fact that, like, the terms of today are not the same as they were a year and a half ago. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of idiotic for them to tell me that. It's shocking, even, that they would do that to people. Like, you would think that they would be like, oh, it's your current rate just, like, 4% more. And I would have been like, okay, well, everyone's getting 4% more. That's kind of like, you know, a cost of adjustment living. I'm not going to say anything. I'll just sign.
nothing? You get nothing? You get no advanced warning? I feel like, I'm sorry, but I already put offers out for other companies.
I mean, with Web3, I could probably, I mean, it'd probably be a scam job, but I could probably get another job by Monday if I really tried. Like,
I'm sure you could.
That's how it works. I just don't want another job. I want to not scam, but I want to get paid to do the minimal amount of work for this job while I'm creating brand books art, and then just do band books art when it is making enough money for me to do that.
Right.
So,
and then eventually you'll have a art gallery in like downtown Manhattan where you're showing visual art, like
yeah.
You're just bringing in people and here's your VR headset, my dear. Drinks are on the table. You could be anywhere, but you're right here in my virtual art gallery, in my real virtual art gallery.
Yeah.
You know.
My mixed reality art gallery.
And then I'd be like, also, don't forget to adopt one of these adorable cats on your way out.
Exactly. So,
wouldn't that be great?
Oh my god. If I ever get the actual augmented reality working with this, we could actually rent out like the cat cafes.
Hi,
Are you saying hi to your dogs? Okay. Right now, I'm staring at this because 2 seems like enough spirals. But,
Sorry, Amy, I lost you. I came home.
I was like, are you saying hi to your dogs? Because I totally respect that as a thing. I'm staring at my castle, and like I have 2 spirals, a bubble. How do I? Oh, I think she actually just left.
Junk. Amy, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay.
I just got home.
Yeah, I saw that it was connecting, and I was like, wow, I'm literally talking to myself. I'm looking at my VR gallery because I've been slowly working on it while we're talking.
Right.
And I got the second bubble spiral to work, or like just to be constructed, but like now it looks fine with just 2. I was gonna do 4. I should probably just do the 4, and if it doesn't look right, I can just delete it, but like, this is all a lot of work, Pixie.
It is a lot of work. You do amazing.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, this is, well, it's nothing like I've done before, and it's nothing like anyone else has seen. And I don't know, like, it's kind of simpler than the other ones. Like, it doesn't have as many like distinct areas, but like, it's taken me a long time, and it's very conceptual, so people can like it or not, I guess.
You know what you should do? Is you should offer to make people their own art gallery for a fee.
Oh, yeah, so what I am going to do next week, I'm going to complete the Solidity course so that I could, become a Web3 developer.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to start the training for for people to make their own art galleries, and then just say like, hey, here's my consulting fee, and like, you can buy this NFT, which is basically like you burn it and I'll make you a gallery. And
yeah,
then I can just do that for people if they don't want to make it themselves.
You could also make random galleries and then put them up for sale.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like, I'm not a Unity or an Unreal Engine person, so like, when people buy things like that, I think they expect like a level of realism that I don't have in my galleries, but like, it's fine because it's like my aesthetic. But like, it's not a bad idea, Pixie. It's a good idea.
I
But-
think you should just have it in the back burner.
Yeah.
Like if I said, "Hey Amy, would you build me an art gallery? How much would that cost? What's your rough number?" Do you have a rough number, Amy?
Well, it depends on what you want. Do you want me to build all the 3D models from scratch? Do you have thousands of pieces of work, or is it just like 4? Like, what are we dealing with?
So you're going to have to come up with like a premium price, a mid-tier price, and a basic price. Because some people are not going to be able to answer those questions right away, right?
Yeah.
And some people are just going to be like, well, whatever you make is just fine. But you got to be able to throw out a number to them.
Yeah. And I'll definitely, when I have like the consulting and like, here's what it involves. It involves,
Right.
you know, like you purchasing your own 3D models and,
Right.
you know, we'll agree to the design and then, you know, we'll go ahead and do that. But I definitely,
I know. It's a lot of work. It's a lot to think about. I know.
yeah, and like, it's not a bad idea. It's like, do I really want to, I mean, if I get fired from and I don't get rehired, at the other job, yeah, I guess I'll put it out there that I'm available as a consultant person and maybe just freelance, and then I don't have to like actually look for another job. But like,
update your bio. Say that you're a consultant for Web3 now.
yeah, I am a pretty good consultant for people, so
Yeah.
but yeah, I totally get what you're saying with like,
It's time for you to upgrade. Everything, you leveled up and you're at the max you're at the max for that level, and it's time for you to reap the benefits now.
yeah, and I think I have positioned myself pretty good to become like, you know, a Web3 metaverse
You've
consultant. So
positioned yourself. You've built your like Web3 different than, you know, you weren't an NFT artist first. You were building the world, and then you came to the art. Ooh, put that in your fucking bio.
I've built the world.
I built the world first, and then I came to the art.
I'll put that.
Web3 consultant.
Yeah.
Do it, Amy.
Yeah, I think at some point I'm going to close this out, ask Aaron if he can talk, and then maybe, because I think if I get another job, I want it to be like a management job so that I have less work to do and I'm getting paid more. And those seems
Just
like...
don't go salary.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes salary is nice, but sometimes salary means that they're going to work you like a dog.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, my current job, I have not been well, I shouldn't be saying this because I'm on Twitch and YouTube, but like,
we're going to get in trouble.
let's just say that I have probably not been working the 40 hours a week. Just like, I'm at my desk and on my computer 40 hours a week, but they've been really good about not overworking me, so I'm not stressed. And I think that's how it is in normal jobs too. Like, they don't really, really expect you to work for 40 hours. Like, a lot of it's basically half the time is actual working. So.
All right, Amy, I'm going to let you go so you can close down this space and go do your business. But update your profile with the building the world and then coming to the art.
I'll figure out how to put that in there. So.
Yeah, make it fancy.
I'll put on my review on my Bambix art. I built the world. Now let's do some art together.
Yes.
So.
All right, bye, Amy.
Bye.
I'll see you in another space later on today.
Yes, I'll do that. Bye. Okay, I think I'm gonna contact Aaron, and when he's ready to speak, we will stop this. Okay. This is analysis paralysis, by the way. Also smelling my own farts. This looks really cool. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure that the second spiral is more successful than the first one, but you didn't hear me say that. Okay. So, we're going to start at 20, or are we going to start at... Why don't we start at 21? My cat is sitting on the edge of my laptop. Whatever shall we do? I'm getting paid too much money for the work that I do at my day job, but they don't know that. And it feels almost like I owe it to the rest of women to always try to get the highest salary that I can get. And that is perhaps a little egotistical, but it is how I feel. Like, and that probably, how do I put this in the correct way? It's like being role models for the women of tomorrow. Like, women just don't put themselves out there, and this company is banking on people just wanting to have a job to be able to screw them all over and not pay them what they're supposed to be paid. But I've been at RV for 13 months, and it's really, really, really unfair to me to make me wait another 12 months at my current salary without any kind of cost for adjustment. Okay, so I'll just go to 33 again. Okay. So at least 57. And this should be at 9. Okay. So let's actually get this to be... No, I'm not done talking about this yet. Okay, so 18 is not what I was looking for. It's B20. So it's 37. Good enough, I guess. I think for this, the most important thing is the height. Did I save this? I will save it now. A pink sky with purple abstract clouds. Dragon clouds, cat clouds, fish clouds, bunny clouds. looking at 13, 13, 5.5. I think I was right about it just being 2 spirals. But does that mean that then we should also, did I... Okay. Okay, so we will stop this at around 9. Thank you very much for being with me tonight. I like that very well. What I'm thinking about now is then should we... I like it with the plain scaffolding look. But should we technically be putting, you know, something here now that we don't are we're gonna get rid of 19 as well. Or, alternatively, I could put those back and we can make it smaller, just like a string of smaller ones. Because that was the issue. It was too big. Like 4 and that was all just too big and relatable. But maybe we should put 18 back and start it from not here, but like this one, and spiral it we'll try that. We'll get like start at 10, but then also scale this down at like okay. I think I'm gonna end the stream now so that I can go and read the offer letter again and then do things. Yes. Anyway, I will talk to you later. I have to go to a mint party tomorrow at 11 a.m., which means that I will be on this computer, and I think I might actually sit at my desk and use 2 screens for this, because it is actually convenient to be able to see, you know, this and have this on the other side, and to, you know, rapidly do this would be convenient a little bit. And the opacity is like gonna be like 7.5 the whole time. Okay, 10 is obviously too much for that. I'm gonna try 4. Where did I put this? Well, that's not helpful. Should be going right here. What was I thinking? Just like, and hear me out. What if it was like really little? This obviously needs to be moved closer now. Okay, this is a big ass mess. Why don't we do this? Abandoned ship, abandoned ship. We'll finish literally everything else and then deal with it. We'll just work on putting where 20 and 21 is. We will be doing $28 tomorrow. I will